We're just friends, basically. We had messed around before.
Did she ever tell your wife about you guys?
This absolute psychopath is 53-year-old Sultan Sharif. For years, Sultan had been hiding an affair from his wife, making sure that his secret lover, Kania, wouldn't tell anyone. A secret that would cost her her life.
She'd have the audacity to tell you that she's going to go talk to your wife about it?
Because to Sultan, his life of lies, control, and infidelity was more important than everything. But reality check?
She and I didn't have issues.
You clearly had issues.
After reality check will make the life this man has tried to protect come crumbling down.
Besides, I'm a monster.
I'm saying that's what it looks like right now. And there goes the house, the cars, your whole life.
Late in the evening on September 24th, 2022, police in Milwaukee received a panicked 911 call from a man watching a young woman die right in front of his eyes. The caller reported that he saw a man and a woman in the back of a vehicle in the midst of a horrific altercation. The woman was screaming out for help, saying that she was being attacked, and finally crying out that she had been cut. When police arrived on the scene, the deed was done. In an alley, they discovered the body of 20-year-old Kania Brunson. She had not only been shot, but in an attempt to conceal evidence, her remains had been set ablaze. We know you've heard it before. The victim was a shining light with a smile that lit up a room, but Kania was truly joy embodied. A dedicated worker, she had excelled throughout school and was debating between two careers, becoming an orthodontist or a makeup artist. Either way, her goal was admirable, helping people feel good about themselves. But the opportunity to do that was snatched away from her. Fortunately, the police didn't have to work very hard to find the person who did it to her. The caller had actually recognized the man who was attacking Kania and identified him as 53-year-old Sultan Sharif, a longtime criminal with a slimy ability to schmooze. Police quickly learned that Sultan was in a long-term marriage, but had been having an affair with Kania for at least 3 years, unbeknownst to his wife. Sultan had a motive to kill Kania, to cover up cheating on his wife. But as police launched the investigation, they had no idea just how deep that motive ran, and how many twists and turns it would take. Because the murder wasn't just about protecting his marriage, it was about his own ego.
Okay, obviously, we want to talk to you a little bit more about, everything, okay? Just a few things we'd like to clarify. All right, so you're willing to talk to us?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so, like you said, you already talked to the detectives, and we understand that. We just have a few things we want to clarify. So going back to, we're just going to start from earlier in the week, okay? On Thursday. So Thursday would be September 22nd, okay? What did you do on Thursday, September 22nd?
Swept the work, came home.
Okay. All right. How about Friday, September 23rd?
Just pretty much the same thing.
Did you work on Friday?
Yeah, I worked Friday. Same
Okay.
time.
From 6:30 to 5? Okay. And did you do anything after work on Friday?
Yeah, I think I went to the store. I ended up meeting with the person we were talking that the Kanaya. I met with her on Friday. I'm sure that's what y'all.
Okay. So you met with her on Friday?
Yes.
And what time did you meet with her on Friday?
By 8:45, 8:30. I was just on the matter of it.
8:30 or 8:45?
Yeah, I met her at the government park.
And how did you know to meet her at McGov?
I had talked to her earlier, right before getting off work. She had said something about she wanted to go to a party. She asked if she needed a few dollars to go to a party, some color party.
Okay.
Basically.
All right. And then who's this Kanaya girl to you?
We're just friends, basically. Kind of known each other a couple of years. We had messed around before. Not really messed around now. And I'm just really just trying to help her out, get her on the right path, basically. Just she just got all kind of issues. It's always something,
Okay.
It's always
One of those girls?
always something happened with the car. I'm stranded. I got kicked out of my house, living in my car.
Okay. So you said you met her about 2 years ago?
No, it was a couple of years ago, about roughly 3 years ago.
3 years ago? Okay. And how did you guys meet?
And I think Facebook, if I can remember.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was Facebook.
Okay. And then you guys said kind of been, romantically involved over the years?
No, just a couple of times.
A couple times?
That was it.
Okay. And then, what's your relationship like? Outside
Like kind of like what I just said. She just wants, she's a younger girl, so she just wants to things, just things. They just, that's gas money, just basically things.
Okay.
It's we were cool. It was a time when me and my wife were kind of not seeing eye to eye or whatever.
Sure.
And that's kind of how it kind of transpired with she and I just started talking. Just some companionship just for a little while. You know what I'm saying? Just
sure.
fun, maybe. I don't know, whatever you want to call it.
Something different?
Perhaps.
Okay. All right. So explain your guys' relationship a little bit more, just so we have an understanding. We understand you guys met on Facebook like 3 years ago or so.
I mean, she just always have this thing, so I'm always trying to help her help her get a job. She's supposed to start today.
Okay.
Monday. And get a bank account, just trying to help her get on her feet. Give her money to get her a place. Just last week.
Okay.
So it's just trying to help her. She's she's got potential. She's a smart, bright kid. And I like her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, everything that has come out of Sultan's mouth is about as reliable as the words coming out of a politician's. So here's the real story. Sultan and Kania met when Kania was still in high school. In the beginning, he offered her a business mentorship of sorts, using her aspirations to reel her in. He promised her connections, experience, and money to help her achieve her dreams. By the time Kania realized the relationship was shifting into something else entirely, overshadowed by Sultan's need for control, she was in too deep. It was only a year or so after that she came to realize that Sultan's intentions weren't pure, and that, in fact, he had a wife at home. But as you're about to see, Sultan is a master when it comes to telling stories, bad ones. But he manages to come up with them pretty quickly regardless. He begins to tell law enforcement a convoluted story about what happened on Saturday, the day that Kania was killed. He claims that Kania wanted to go pick up clothes from another man's house. They drove there separately, but as they got closer, she pulled onto the side of the road and got in Sultan's car, wanting to arrive there with him for protection. Now, before we dive into that BS story, be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy watching liars' stories unravel. It's literally all we do here.
You follow her over to Dousman. Okay. You guys arrive there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what happens at this place on Dousman?
She gets out the car. Well, before we even got there, she pulled over and I pulled up beside her. What's up? I'm getting in the car with you. I said, why? I don't want to know I drove over here. I don't want to know a car guy. Okay, whatever. Got in the car, we put half block down in front of the house.
Okay, so she didn't want this other dude to know that. I'm sorry.
I don't know if it was a car. She just said she didn't want to know she had drove over there.
Okay, so then she jumped.
I guess she wanted to make it seem like. So she jumped
into your car then?
Yes. I guess she wanted to make it seem like she came to me and I was her muscle, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. So you guys pull up about a half block short. She jumps in your car, and you're still driving?
Yes.
Okay. And then she kind of shows you where this house is or whatever? Okay. You guys pull up in the front or the back? Park right in front? Okay. And then what happens?
She gets out of the car. And I don't know if she's making a phone call, but I can see her. I'm just looking. I'm thinking I was going to stay in the car. I didn't know. But then she says, I need you to come in with me. I said, okay. So I don't know if he came to the door or if she pushed it open. I don't know. I just know that she went inside. Again, I don't know how. I don't know if she pushed the door or whatever, but then she, come on, you can come. I'm like, all right. So we got inside and went downstairs and go get her clothes.
Okay. All right. Was there anything out of the unusual there? Or you guys just grab her clothes? Any issues, I guess, is what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. She was just being irate with him for whatever reason. I don't know what she was mad about. I don't know, but she was just, she got to argue with him, just started calling him out his name and ran up on him, just stupid stuff. And I'm just like, don't do that, You can come here for that, just get your clothes, just go, get your clothes, go. And she just was ranting, just still ranting. The guy was saying over by the steps, wasn't really doing nothing. She ran over to him, put his hands in his face a couple of times, walked off, and I should just be, stop, please,
Right.
She rapped the guy like she's been, I don't know if she hit him or I know she swung at him, and then I know he had kind of grabbed her hand. And when he did that, I was just like, that's enough, you gotta stop that, I didn't come right for that. I want to get your clothes.
Okay. So she eventually get her clothes?
Yes, eventually. She was still talking crazy to the guy. He really didn't say nothing to her, but,
This imaginary fight with a man who had Kania's clothes never happened. For starters, though, you will repeatedly hear Sultan claim Kania was seeing other men. She wasn't. Sultan was brutally controlling and would go through Kania's phone and social media to ensure she was isolated and wasn't talking to any men. If she wasn't allowed to text other men, she sure as hell wasn't allowed to visit them and keep her clothes at their houses.
After we dropped her clothes, just dropped her clothes off and left. We went down to the end of the alley to get in her car. We had a couple transfer words. She wanted to, she wanted to go to the Nike outlet.
Okay.
And I said, can we do this later? So all I said, she gets upset. What do you mean, can we do this later? You promised me, blah, blah, blah. Girl, I know what I said, and the day ain't over with. I said, I'll take you later. I don't want to go here. You said this, you always do this to me, blah, 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 blah. I said, no, really? Really? She rolled the window up on me. So I'm just sitting there looking at her, and I say, so really? She cracked the window, looked at me. What? And then, so I said, all right, I'll talk to you later then. When I was in, but she pulled off.
Okay.
I talked to her for a brief moment, and then she decided she wanted
in the alley or on the phone?
On the phone. Then she decided she wanted to block me.
Okay.
But she do that anyway.
So she left from 12th Street in her car, and then you left in your car?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Sultan has taken another page out of the creepy guy handbook, attempting to make the victim look like a money-hungry brat. He claims that after he refused to take Kania to Nike to go on a shopping spree, she blocked his number, and that he hadn't been able to get in contact with her since. But Kania never wanted to go to Nike. She didn't even want Sultan's money. The day of her murder, she was trying to break things off with Sultan and end their relationship for good. She felt guilty when she discovered that he had a wife and had been speaking with friends about how she couldn't go on anymore, being part of something so damaging to someone. Sultan, on the other hand, wanted to keep his side piece, well, on the side. And he's about to face every cheater's worst nightmare, being asked to go through his phone.
So we brought your phone in. Do you mind opening it up and showing us the calls and messages that you had with Kania?
I think I only got just the stuff and then we're talking about the thing because of course I had my wife to see it and my phone is dead.
We can on the charger real quick, just
Okay, so you deleted the messages in the call log between
Well,
you and
my wife had saw the message before, so I didn't want to.
your wife. Use your phone every once in a while, keeps tabs on you.
You don't want to know.
Yeah, well, such is life.
But yeah,
Okay. Okay. So, what about the tire shop or the car shop?
it's like,
What's that?
we said, what about what now?
I said, what about the tire car shop on Saturday?
But I'm sorry, what you mean?
Well, okay. Did you go to a car like dealership, or not a dealership, like a car mechanic place that fixes on cars or anything on Saturday?
She's supposed to get her car fixed on Saturday. Well, we talked about it. That's what she got mad about. Instead of me giving her, well, she wanted to go shopping.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to get her car fixed. I said, I think that's more important because I don't want you to be calling me and get stranded in the middle of the night. She didn't want to do that. That's not what she wanted to do.
Okay. So you guys didn't ever go to a car mechanic or car shop or anything like that?
Mm.
No. Okay.
The tire shop, Dave's, is something that Sultan has conveniently left out of his story regarding what he did on Saturday. Dave's was just feet away from where the caller reported seeing Sultan and Kania fighting, and where she was killed. By not mentioning going to Dave's at all, Sultan is trying to distance himself from the scene of the crime. But with surveillance showing he was there, he has to come up with a lie. In this case, he backpedals, saying he just stopped in to see about a radio.
Just be honest, man.
No.
Just be honest about what's going on here.
That is true.
And who you were at Dave's with. Just be honest.
I was asking that guy to see if he can fix it.
Who's that guy?
One of the guys, some mechanic that was over there, young guy that was working on the car, if he can fix a radiator.
Okay.
And I never wanted a radiator fixed. So I kept, girl, you need to get your radio fixed. This is what you need to get done, whatever. She still wanted to get she was still more concerned about getting her clothes and getting where she had to go. I mean, to get her clothes, basically.
And then, did Kania show up?
Well, I don't know if she was showing up right away, but she was I think she had parked in her car behind me or something. And I kept trying to get her car fixed, and she's still.
Okay.
And that's when I met her down on Locust, because she was more concerned about getting her goddamn clothes than doing anything else.
You weren't at Dave's at 9 o'clock in the morning.
It had to be I left the house early. It had to have been like 9, 8:30, because it had to be because we made it over to the house around that time.
So what happened at Dave's?
That's right.
What happened at Dave's?
I'm sorry, what you mean what happened at Dave's?
What happened at Dave's?
You just gotta be real, man.
Wow.
I know it's eating you up. I can tell you ain't a bad dude.
No, we Kanaya came back up there and we got into it.
Okay. Tell us about that.
Huh?
Yeah, she got to screaming, talking crazy.
Know what happened between you and Kania?
Nothing. We was always still cool. There was nothing wrong with us. We always stayed good.
I'm saying when you were at Dave's.
Oh,
it was more than just you two arguing.
No, we were actually arguing. She got in the car. She jumped up in the back seat and started just grabbing all kinds, pulling stuff out of the doggone console. Going up and said, "Girl, what is wrong with you? What are you doing?" You know, she just started flipping out. I said, "You know what, girl? Come on, you got to calm that down." I don't know what, but I had to sat on her. That's it.
You had what? I'm sorry.
Sat on her.
You had sat on her?
I sat on her.
Okay.
That was
inside the car or outside the car?
Inside. I sat on her. I sat on her. She kept. I couldn't really. I got her up, let her up.
What else happened?
That was it. That was it. We just basically got into it like she always do. That was it. It's nothing when we always do. Just always get crazy. She always gets washed. She always gets the rants and the ravens.
So let me ask you this: why was she mad at you?
Again, because I don't want to do what she wanted to do.
Okay.
I wouldn't take her to go. I couldn't go nowhere. I couldn't go then. I couldn't go when she wanted me to. I told her I'd still go. The day isn't over with. That wasn't enough for her.
Nothing's got physical?
Not between she and I, we didn't get physical. I just was holding her because she wanted to act wild. She started grabbing the steering wheel like she was going to try to make it crash, all kinds. I said, you know what, you're doing too much. I don't know what's going on with you, but you're going to stop this now. And the more I kept on, the more she kept getting angry.
I'm saying when you were still in Dave's lot.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it got a little physical, didn't it?
No, I'm saying not with me and her. I'm saying I was holding her down, yes. Just so she wouldn't act all crazy, but that was it. That's it.
Okay.
I just sat on her.
So you sat on her.
I sat on her.
Then let's start just ask you, then what happened?
What you know?
Then what happened? So you sat on her, and then what happened?
Nothing. We drove around the corner, came back, and got her car. Left. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was saying before. You got to be honest with yourself, man. Be honest, okay? Be honest about what's going on here.
Yeah.
Okay. We know it was a little bit more than you just sitting on her. And then you guys didn't just pull off, okay?
We did pull off.
But eventually you pulled off, right? But there was a little bit more going on there.
I just told you she was just acting all crazy. I was just sitting on her.
And I understand. She probably was acting crazy, okay?
Just sat on
She
her.
probably was acting crazy.
I just sat on her.
She was upset because she had to get her stuff out of the house. She was upset with you because you weren't doing what she wanted you to do.
But it was
okay, I understand that. And there probably was a lot more than that.
Yeah, I don't know why she gets so irate.
Finally, bits and pieces of the truth are starting to come out. The couple's altercation began outside the tire shop, but the altercation wasn't about Nike or Kania having an attitude problem. Kania was furious because just days prior, she had actually reached out to Sultan's wife. She gave her a detailed timeline of their relationship, apologized for her role in her husband's infidelity, and wished her well. For Kania, it was an important step to take towards a brand new life away from Sultan. But in response, Sultan's wife texted back, stating that she didn't believe her. And then soon after, Sultan began to unravel. Faced with his infidelity being brought to light, he began to obsessively text and call Kania leading up to her murder. At times, he spoke of his love for her. At others, he called her every name in the book. Kania remained steadfast. The day of her murder, she agreed to meet with Sultan to exchange belongings and end things for good. But Sultan, infuriated that she had told his wife about his cheating, had other plans.
She ever tell your wife about you guys?
Yeah, a long time ago. Yeah.
And how'd that go over?
With my wife, not too well. Not too well. But again, I didn't see. I wasn't even after that. I hadn't really me and Kalaya still didn't really talk. You know, we talked just periodically. You know what I'm saying? We talk. Sometimes I might not hear from her for a week. Sometimes I might not hear for a couple of days. Sometimes I might hear from her. You know what I'm saying? 2-3 days in a row. But that's just how she is. You know? She'll go sleep in her car. She won't care. She'll go, I took her with TV on the wall, tried to help her get the room set up. She was there for one day. Next thing you know, she was in her car asleep again. What is the problem? Right, okay. Here's some cash. Go get a hotel. Get you some sleep. You got to work next day. Well, that's pretty much our relationship.
So how long ago did she tell your wife?
That's a long time ago, for a year.
So what would have happened if she'd have told her that you didn't cut it off after that?
I'm
guessing your wife probably told you to cut it off with her the first time, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So what would have happened if she would have told your wife again?
Did she tell me?
Yeah. What would have happened if she would have told your wife that you were still messing around with her?
Oh, that could be bad. That'd probably be bad. Yeah, I'd probably do that.
That's for you, right?
What did your wife tell you would happen if you were sneaking around again?
Say it again.
What did your wife tell you if she caught you sneaking
Oh,
around?
yeah,
again?
that'd be pretty bad for me.
Well, what did she tell you? Your wife?
Oh, well, she just be over with. Yeah. Yeah, she'll be over with her. Yeah. But,
And there goes the house, the cars. Your whole life.
I said on her, I didn't hurt her. I didn't bruise her. I didn't hurt her arm. I didn't do none of that. None of that. I didn't put my hands on her. I didn't hit her. I didn't punch her. I didn't do none of that. I wouldn't even think of doing that. I definitely wouldn't do that. I've never hit a woman, so I definitely wouldn't punch no woman. I wouldn't fire on a woman. None of that shit.
What went wrong? What happened?
What do you mean what went wrong? What happened?
What happened?
What do you mean what wrong? What happened? Like something happened? What do you mean what happened?
Well, I think there's a little bit more to this.
Oh no. What I said was that's it. Nothing happened with she and I.
Well, nothing other than what you're saying is sitting on her.
Just sitting on her, yeah.
There's a little bit more going on.
I just sat on her. That's literally it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even. So and she was actually, when I was sitting on her, half of her body is still pushed up against the back of the thing. So I wasn't like all the way just sitting on top of her where she cannot even. Again, she was still talking and get up off me and, just acting stupid.
What do you do to get her to stop acting crazy?
I said, when you stop, I'm going to get up. I said, when you stop, just stop. Don't stop doing all that. I'm going to get up and get in the front seat. It took her a few minutes, took her a while. Now let her. Now we drove off. Drove around the corner and got her car.
And that's when you're saying she went her own way.
Yeah, she got in her
you
car.
went back to the crib.
Yes, I went back home.
Okay.
Yep, I went back home. But I didn't, I'm not that heavy. I can't hurt her. I didn't do anything to hurt her, like that. We was tussling. Yeah, I was sitting on her. Yeah, she was swinging shit, but she wasn't doing nothing to hurt me. She didn't hurt me. She didn't scratch me. She didn't do any, you know what I'm saying? She didn't do anything to me. It wasn't like, if I was hurting her, trying to scratch me, do something, I didn't, nothing. I wasn't hurting her like that. You know what I mean? She's a tough man. Believe me, she was a tough little cookie. I was not hurting her. We fight and play, play fight and stuff like that.
Come on, you're too old for play fight.
You know what I'm trying to say.
You're too old for all that.
You know what I'm trying to say. If she's a little younger, she wants to sit and play, she wants to pillow fight, I'll pillow fight with her. Yeah, I'll pillow fight with her. It's fun, we're just having fun, just kicking it, that's it.
Well, I think Saturday was a little bit different than just having fun.
I just wanted the best for that damn girl, that's it. I didn't want her on the goddamn street. I didn't, I'm the one who put money in her account and helping her get her stuff together, even just recent. I mean, to this day, you know what I mean?
So what went wrong?
Nothing went wrong with me and her. We wasn't having no problems. She and I didn't have issues.
Y'all clearly had issues.
That's not what I mean. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying issues like that, like, like fights and shit. Yeah, she I say nothing to me for 2, 3, 4 days, a week or whatever, but that's about it. Nothing, you know what I mean? Not nothing major. That's just how she is. That's just how she is, man. She'll go off on a temper tantrum. She'll go get to herself and meditate and be done,
Sultan knows that there were witnesses to him, Kania, but he thinks by saying the struggle wasn't actually violent, he can prevent himself from being linked to her murder. The problem is, he was linked to her murder in dozens of ways, including the final text she sent to her mother. Before going to meet with Sultan, she texted her mom, "If something happens to me, you know who did it," meaning, of course, Sultan. And sadly, her premonition came true.
I have not seen her Since Saturday, that was it. That was the last time.
I fully believe that. That's a true statement.
I haven't seen
And what did
Yeah.
you just say before? She was a good person. She was.
No, I mean, you can't find her. She is a good person.
She was a good person.
Why'd you do that to her, man?
Why do what?
Why'd you do that to her?
Why did I
Come
do-
on.
Why
Come on,
did I do what?
don't do that. Don't do that.
You think I did something to her? I would never do nothing to her. I wouldn't do nothing to Kanaya. I wouldn't do nothing to Kanaya. I wouldn't. She's a little girl, man.
Yep. Sometimes anger and rage take over.
I'll never get that damn angry to do that.
Sometimes it just takes over.
I'll never get that angry to do that. To do anything like that.
You're probably right. Not normally.
Not ever. I'm not like that, bro. It was honest. I care about her. Wasn't like I'm worried about her. She's even going somewhere. I wasn't even worried. I was never worried about any of that with her. Didn't have to worry about any of her. She was always cool. She just going her way. That's it. She just going her way. Yeah, did she get mad when she don't do? Yeah. But that's about it. That's as far as it goes.
You're the only one that can give an understanding to the family as to what happened here. You are the only one.
I don't know what else to say other than I saw her. But that was the last day that I saw her. I want to talk to her too. I wanted to talk to her too. The first one is coming up. She's supposed to get her apartment.
You're not a bad person at all, so we've been sitting here for a couple
It's
hours
not
now
even
talking
that.
to you.
I know, but it's
Okay.
not even that.
But anger and rage take over sometimes.
It can, and I do understand it. I understand it very well. I'm more than
And
anybody.
whatever it was, something went wrong. Something went terribly wrong.
That's how I mean.
Combination of things. Kind of threatening your whole existence, right? Then, probably on top of that,
It's not
even if you don't, it's the whole purpose of you've been messing with this girl for so long, buying her all these things, setting her up and all. She'd have the audacity to tell you that she's going to go talk to your wife about it when you're buying her stuff and all this.
And you'd want that.
No, of course not. But that wasn't happening. That wasn't it. That was the case. So I'm good. That wasn't the case.
Pot boils over eventually. Then what was the case? So why would you do it?
Why would I do what? Keep asking me why did I do it. Why did I do what?
You know what you did, Sultan.
I didn't do anything. I cared about her too, man. I did. I cared about her, dude. Like, I really cared about her. She had a place in my heart, bro. You know, no bullshit. She had a place in my heart. And she still has a place in my heart. I've never so much even raised a hand at her to hit her. Did I grab her by her shirt all the time? Yeah. But she gets hit. I grabbed her shirt. What did you think that? You should have did that, you know? Just but to make her slap up out of it. Why was you doing that? Why did you do that anyway?
I think we're at the breaking point, man. Difference between you looking like a guy who made a bad decision and just an absolute monster.
I'm sorry.
You
said I'm a monster?
I'm saying that's what it looks like right now.
Definitely.
Because I can't think of any other explanation. And you're not providing one.
I don't know what you mean. An explanation for what? And that what would make me a monster?
So I think you have a pretty good understanding of what he's saying over there.
Not necessarily, but he's saying I'm a monster.
You got a real good understanding of what he's saying. Okay.
Why would you call me a monster?
Sometimes you gotta call a spade, or a monster, Because though police don't bring this up in this interrogation, they know that Sultan's murder of Kania was pre-planned. 2 days before she died, he was caught on camera buying the fuel accelerant he used to light her on fire. A fuel accelerant that he casually claims to have used on another creature instead. Why this is brought up, we can't tell you, but it offers a chilling look into this man's brain, or lack thereof.
And then you say, I don't know, was it either Friday night or Saturday morning, you started the house on fire? That was at the house?
Yeah.
Was that inside or outside?
Outside.
Like in the backyard or front?
Yeah, on concrete.
And what did you use to set that on fire?
It was just some matches, some lighter fluid.
Some lighter fluid? And then what day does your garbage come?
Fridays.
Friday? You said once the thing smoldered out, you put the mouse in the trash can?
Mm-hmm.
Soon after, police leave the room to gather evidence. When they return, they're done playing games.
All right, how you doing? You recognize that car? Okay, whose car is that?
That's what car.
That's your car. Okay. Recognize this car?
Yeah.
Whose car is that?
That's the red BMW.
Okay. So it's a Saturday. Okay. Who's driving this car? Who's driving this car? Obviously, it's at nighttime.
Yeah. That's Saturday.
This is like 9:40 p.m. I'm going to show you something else. This right here, this is a police call for service. Okay? 18th and Keith. Saturday, the 24th of September, 12:26 p.m. is when the call is placed. Caller states male is a female in the back seat of a maroon BMW. Goes on to say, caller. Let me carry on. What they describe as the suspect is a black male, 5 feet, named Sultan, short, dark complexion, wearing a black Adidas suit with white stripes. They describe the female as a black female wearing possible unknown clothing description.
Okay.
Caller is not injured. He doesn't need to report anything to the police. Actor and victim are both in the vehicle.
Huh? Okay, so what does that exactly do that mean? Because that never happened. I just told you, I said on it, that was it.
Then what did happen? Because there's a lot more to this story right here. A lot more to the story. A lot more to the story. You need to be honest about what happened.
I'm telling you, that is exactly what happened. We did nothing. We left from there. We pulled off from there. Me and her together. And we was the only two that was in that car. No one else was in that car. We drove around the corner and she got in her car and pulled off. She was fine. There was nothing wrong with Kanaya. Nothing.
Nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
Nothing.
Okay. She scratched her.
No, outside of this, nothing wrong with it, right?
No.
Nothing wrong with it.
There was nothing wrong with that. There was nothing wrong with Kanaya.
Now, this isn't an official police report. This is a call for the police to help somebody,
See,
right? So this is when somebody calls 911. This gets reported to the police. This isn't everything this person saw.
but you're not. We left.
I both know
Okay, first of all, let's say this. How could they do that? How could they see anything if the windows are tinted? And she was inside the car. She never got, we didn't get out. We wasn't outside the car acting crazy.
But like you said before, the doors were open.
But listen,
you can't hide the window.
No, you're right. But the door is only open ajar. It wasn't open all the way out. Like the doors were swinging all open on either side. The doors on the driver's side was closed, and the passenger side, the front door was closed, and the back door was still cracked open.
Yeah, that allows people to see a lot.
No one was there. There was nobody over there. Somebody called from across the street at the house.
Like right now, I can't see through the door, right? I can't see through it. I can't see through it at all, right? And then look, well, I open the door, what do you see? You see a whole lot more, right? Because now the door's open. It don't matter how much tint's on this door.
No, I get what you're saying.
It don't matter, because the door's open.
So watch this. This is how she's laying in the seat. Just like this. I'm just sitting on her back. So what are they seeing? What exactly are they seeing? Because I'm doing this. I'm like, girl, you need to calm down and just stop for me. So what can they be possibly seeing? They seeing hands going up and down? That's it. The only thing they can hear is
They're seeing a person that is in dire need for medical attention.
Yes,
That's what they're seeing. And not because they scraped their hand on the car somewhere.
There's no way that she would need dire medical attention, sir. I'm sorry. There's no way she needed dire medical attention. No way.
And you wouldn't let her get out the car.
That's a damn lie. That is a damn lie. That is a bold-faced lie.
It wasn't a bald-faced lie. Witnesses on the scene who called were forced to not only see Kania being attacked by Sultan, but also listen to her ask for help, one that somehow Sultan is still trying to deny.
Well,
She wasn't. She just had.
I'm not talking about the finger.
That's all she had on her. She just had blood on her. It was blood. Oh, it wasn't that much damn blood. It was just a little blood. It wasn't a whole lot of blood. She was not covered in blood. I'm sorry. If that's what you think, she just had a little blood on her finger. That was it.
Well, I wasn't there, so
I'm just telling you. No, I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you that it was just.
But what I know is there was a significant amount of blood, not just a little cut to the hand.
No, it was just a cut. That's it. That is it. I was just sitting on her, didn't hurt her, didn't cause any harm to her.
Where did all this blood come from then?
Oh, what blood? You keep saying it's a lot of blood. There was not a lot of blood. I just told you she cut her finger. That was it. There was nothing major.
Ultimately, Sultan refused to own up to his role in Kania's death. However, the jury saw through him completely. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole for the murder of Kania Brunson. She had her whole life ahead of her, and because she tried to do the right thing and grow beyond the man who her, she was killed. Our thoughts are with Kania's family, friends, and loved ones. Thank you for tuning in. Nearly 85% of everyone watching isn't subscribed. Your subscription and support would mean the world to us, so we can keep bringing you more content just like this. Before you go, check out one of our craziest cases right here, or one of my newest ones right here.